At this time, if everyone could please stand, and you can turn your attention to the south end zone, where our color guard is here from our NJROTC battalion to present the colors, and our band will play the national anthem. Our color guard tonight, right rifle, Cadet Commander Donovan Ray. On the American flag, Cadet Lieutenant Rose Duzika-Duzmes. The Navy flag, Cadet Lieutenant Catherine Taylor. And on left rifle, Cadet Lieutenant Commander Gavin Unterreiner.
Well, folks, I guess it looks like we are going to be going audio only tonight. We're having some video issues, so we're going to just do an audio broadcast. So, Robbie, you get to just enjoy the game. Take the old umbrella down as the rain has left the area for right now.
Now, Bill.
And that way we can see a little bit. Well, I'm Irish Bill. That's
Bob Grant.
Seminole Bob. And on the camera, when we do have video, will be Robbie Shanks. He'll be helping us out this year. Thanks, Robbie. And but we are having some issues with our video feed, but I think we do have audio. So if anybody's out there listening, drop a line on the YouTube chat. Let us know that you can hear us. This is Irish Bill with Seminole Bob. This is a preseason game.
Yep.
Against West Florida. A new year, 2021, hopefully a 10-game schedule this year. We don't have any breaks in the schedule unless Mother Nature comes calling again, which she's been known to do in these areas.
Yep, absolutely.
But
we dodged a bullet the other day. Had some rain over in Bay County and north of I-10 with Fred.
Yeah, it delayed Brady going back to school for his final semester, his internship this fall.
Good Lord.
He'll be graduating in December with his master's program. Coach Wall's 10th year already. 82-22 coming into this season. Gosh, what a job he's done. Two semi-state appearances. Still looking for that first trip to the final game. But what a job he's done coming over here from Tift County out of Georgia.
Yeah, Coach Walls has done a great job here. He lost a lot of folks from last season. But as we know, he reloads. They had terrific freshmen and JV teams that did very well last year.
Both went undefeated last year.
Absolutely. And so, what's the old saying, next man up?
Most definitely. And we're going to be replacing a lot of starters on the offensive side of the ball. Basically, your whole backfield, your quarterback, your running back, most of your wide receivers, especially since Trent Hall went down with an injury.
Right.
And he'll miss his senior season. He's in rehab right now. So basically, you're going to have a new offense out here tonight. Kyle Chambers leading the way at quarterback. They're going to be splitting the running back duties with Chris DeCorte.
Right.
Christian Caballero and Sebastian Melendez are all going to be toting the ball this year. So they'll be playing both ways, also playing linebacker this year.
Well, a number of the Raiders went to those special camps, the invite camps, not camps that you would pay, but invite camps, and did a terrific job. And we're, around the Southeast, widely recognized, especially Melendez. I think the key point tonight, stay injury-free in a preseason game. I don't know how the coaches have lined it up. In other words, do you play, the JV and freshman in the first quarter? We don't know how that's going to be set up. But West Florida Tech is no pushover. They're in, I think, District 5, 1A. I think that's what my notes said.
Number 7, Kyle.
And West Florida State down at 5A.
Yep, 5A, District 1.
Number 40.
According to their schedule, they have just 3 other opponents. And so
6A is actually broken down into 2 districts here in the Panhandle, then one over in, I believe, in the Tallahassee
area.
So they're going to have 3 districts, 2 districts here locally. So the captains are out there right now. Number 5, Devin Wright. Number 7, Kyle Chambers. Number 40 is Jaden Moon. And number 99 is Lemmy Wilson. I remembered all those from last year.
Well, you've got a memory like a steel trap, and I've got to say, Bill, you're looking mighty slim nowadays. Not that you were big before, but
I was.
No,
I was pushing the heavyweight category. I was pushing offensive line category.
The Big Bubba's?
Yeah, Big Bubba category. I was up to 260. Right now down to 215.
All right.
Heading down yonder, get below that 200 barrier and go on down to about 175, 180. So that was my fighting weight when I was younger. Not that I was a fighter.
Speaking of fighting, West Florida won the toss, elected to defer. So I believe they're going to be kicking from our right to left, and it's a blessing that we have Robbie, the engineer, here, and trying to get us some video. So our apologies. This is preseason for us too, Bill.
Yeah. Yep, just audio tonight, guys. We're having some video issues, though, that we'll get fixed possibly maybe tonight with Robbie here, or we'll get it fixed before next week's home game to start the regular season against Fort Walton Beach. And here come your Raiders to start out the 2021 season. It's the Kickoff Classic. We're at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. I'm Irish Bill. He's Seminole Bob. And we're going to be here all season long on IrishBillSports.com. And the Raiders come out in their onyx-colored uniforms. Maroon numbers outlined in white. Black helmet. A Raider on the side of that black helmet. And they'll learn some little things as they go throughout the season. And
you want to sit down?
And Bob and I will be bringing you some audio. So West Florida will be kicking off from the 40. They're getting ready to put toe on leather to get this season underway. And I do not have a roster for West Florida, so we're just going to kind of wing it a little bit. Last
night, our Emerald Coast Middle School Stingrays had their kickoff classic against Mariana, and I was the stadium announcer and had the same problem. Did not have a roster, so. But West Florida comes in, again, very talented group. Lots of kids out there, lots of kids.
So back deep for the Raiders. Trying to look at the numbers here. It's kind of hard to see here early on. The white numbers outlined, the maroon numbers outlined in white. I say that looks like number 8 out there, Jaden. That would be still getting the numbers here early on. That would be Jaden Reese. But it's going to go to the other side. And a good return out over the 30, out to the 34-yard line. On the return, number 9, that's Christian Caballero on the return. A nice return of about, looks about 25 to 26 yards. And the Raiders are going to stay out 1st and 10 at their own 35.
Yeah, speaking of Emerald Coast, they're members of Florida High School Activity Association. They had no kicking and punting last night. So we'll see. And obviously in high school they are doing kickoff. So.
And it looks like Chambers has put on the number 4, which was going to be, I'm not going to mention his name because he's no longer here. Shamar James was going to wear number 4. So Kyle Chambers now puts on number 4, which was worn by Zach Marquise last fall. And it's going to be a handoff. It's going to go off right tackle. It's going to be a gain of 3 on the carry. That would be Boyce on carry. That's going to be thrown downfield off the fingertips.
Pass falls incomplete. Broken up by number 1.
Of Isai Gonzalez. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Raiders.
Raiders getting the signals from head coach Jay Walls and the offensive staff.
Kyle Chambers getting the start here in his senior year. Played backup last year to Zach Marquis. It's going to be handoff off right tackle. Nice gain over to the 45. 50 into West Florida territory. Inside the 30. Still on his feet. 25, 15, 10. He's fighting for the end zone. Raider touchdown.
Wow, what a run.
62-yard run. Let's get the number of that truck.
He did. Busted off. Looked like just an inside trap and went outside. Broke 4, 5, 6 tackles.
Trying to see the number as he comes off the field here.
45.
That'd be number 46. 46. C.J. Boyce on a 62-yard touchdown scamper. And the Raiders on the board. Raiders in for the extra point coming up here. Number 37, Taylor Gardner will be doing the kicking duties this evening for the varsity. We're not going to keep any stats tonight. We're just going to call the game as it goes, Bob.
Yep. It's unusual not to say Preston Penton kicking, isn't it?
For the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So Taylor Gardner, West Florida still bringing in their plays. Still early. It's preseason. Everybody's got to work out some bugs.
Yeah, and good job by the white hat understanding that.
And that looks like number 37 that's doing the kicking chores would be Taylor Gardner. That kick is low. It ricochets, and it goes in. 7-0 Raiders.
Your Raiders, 7.
Wow, that
0.
it doesn't, it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive.
Yeah, you got that right.
And just a line drive, low kick, low snap. Good job by the holder. Raiders lead early here, 7-0.
We will keep some stats here. Why not?
West Florida Tech headed up by Rhett Summerford.
Number 48.
As Bill and I mentioned, District 1-5A. They're in the same district with Arnold out of Panama City Beach, Godby, and Pensacola High. 4-team district.
Gardner to be kicking off for the Raiders here. He's getting ready to go. The Raiders coming out of the south end zone here to start in the first quarter here in 2021 in the very first action by both of these teams. Gardner, a right-footed kicker. He got the benefit of a good bounce off the upright there. So we'll be learning the numbers as you guys will be learning the numbers as we go. It's a kick down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be returned as he's going from right to left. I get to describe this, so it's going to be forced out of bounds at around the 14, 15-yard line. It'll be first down Jaguars from their own 14-yard line.
Yeah, nice job on the kick. Just a diagonal kick to the end zone, so your coverage team can focus. He went across the field. Good pursuit by the Raiders special teams. West Florida coming out with their black pants, white jerseys, and looks like maroon numerals. Set up look like a spread type offense, just one back.
So that's C.J. Boyce with that run. In fact, he garnered all 65 yards of that drive on 2 carries.
He did. I think your son would be proud of that kick.
Raiders call a timeout.
So a little bit of confusion there on the Raiders' defensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So they call their first time out of the game.
Yeah, and you know, there's no film. All they can rely on maybe is last year's game. And who knows? You know, both teams probably will play somewhat bland tonight, not trying to show anything to their opponents. And West Florida came out, it looked like a spread with a one back, and perhaps that was it. Well, we hadn't practiced against that.
Boyce comes in. He's going to play both ways.
Okay.
As he replaces the defensive player there for the Raiders. 1st and 10 for the Jags from their 14-yard line. It's going to be a handoff off right tackle. Not much there. He breaks one. He's going to lose a couple all the way back to, actually, they're going to spot it right at the 13. 1 on the loss, 2nd and 11.
Oh, no. Can't remember the last time we played West Florida. Was it in a playoff?
2 years ago, spring game, not spring game, but the Kickoff Classic over there.
Yeah.
That's just when they had moved into Old Woodham High School. We played out there.
Old Woodham, was it Woodham Middle School?
Woodham
high school, middle school.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 2nd and 11 for the Jags from their own 13-yard line. It's going to be handoff off left tackle. A nice run as he gets over one Raider, but there's a host of Raiders to stop him right there at about the 15-yard line.
You know, both teams they're tired of hitting against one another. It may be preseason, but early on there's some licks going on down there around the front with the defensive front and the offensive line of the Jaguars.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Give him 3 yards on the carry. 9:40 on the clock here. 7-0 Navarre as they scored on their initial drive, 65 yards in 3 plays. C.J. Boyce topping it off with a 62-yard touchdown run. Jags back to pass. He got a receiver open. It's going to be underthrown, actually maybe even a little bit tipped in the backfield. And it's going to bring up 4th and 9. So promising start for both sides of the ball for Navarre.
Yep.
Give it up for that Raider defense.
So standing on his own 2-yard line, the Jags will be punting this ball away. It's going to get the ball over in the across midfield and at the 48-yard line where the Raiders will start their second possession. 7-0 Navarre here, Kickoff Classic at Bennett C. Russell Stadium.
Raiders get the ball.
Good to be back with you, Bill.
It is.
Been a while. A lot has happened in a year.
It sure has.
With both our families, and so
I think this is the first time I've seen you since your mom passed away.
Yeah.
Condolences to you and the family.
Last August. And
as well to Coach Baldry, lost his mom in the offseason as well.
Yeah. Goodness.
So she's tuned in every Friday night, no matter where we were at.
Every Friday.
1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 49. And they're running another quarterback in there, number 13. I think that's up from the JV.
Bring up 2nd down.
See if I can pull up my JV roster here. I don't have a 13 on JV anyways. So it's going to be a loss of 4, and it's going to be offsides against the defense. They'll get the 4 yards back plus 1.
The Jaguars have been close on every defensive snap being offsides, that time with a different cadence, of course, a different quarterback. It drew not 1 but 2 defenders over, and as Bill said, 2nd and 9 right at midfield.
In the shotgun, or actually in the pistol as they call it these days. It's going to be a handoff off right tackle. That's a nice run up the middle and a big gain.
Handoff to number 35.
Inside the 20 and down to around the, they're going to mark him out at the 10, a gain of 40. Woo.
Stepped out of bounds right around the 10.
And that is going to be a run by, of course I do not, we're still getting numbers here. So that's Avery Zerden who we on the carry. Nice carry there by Zerden of 40 yards.
Looks like coming back, probably holding offense where the flag was thrown. Perhaps they're
going to spot the ball. They're going to mark it off. It must have occurred at the 39 of, it should be a 1st down and 9 or 2nd down and 9. Because he got the 1st down. Because the
blocking it back. It's going to bring it back.
I'm confused.
Back to the 50-yard line. 2nd down again.
2nd down and 9. Just erase that last play. Back to throw. Nice pass across the middle to Ben Richardson. He's going to get down to about the 40.
Complete.
I think that's Ben.
Gain of about 11.
Look at the number here. Is that 85 or 83? That will be Elijah Kuiper, number 83.
Just sat in the zone, just beyond the sticks. Enough for the 1st down. Good throw. Nice read by the quarterback. Saw the safety come up and then went back.
Quarterback keeper James Clark. Gain of about 20.
Clark on the keeper. So,
1st down, Raiders.
So he's going to gain yards down to the 19, a gain of 21. So I'll be adjusting my roster as we go. James Clark is on my. So at least I got a name with the number now, Bob.
Yeah. That looked like it was the young man coming off the field, 35.
Zerden on the carry.
Nice blocking up front by the Big Bubbas.
It's going to be a gain of 5 for Zerden. Second and 5 for the Raiders at the Jags 14. There's going to be a handoff right up the middle and into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Touchdown!
C.J. Boyce.
Number 48, Dickens. Rumbles into the end zone.
Actually, that's a different number. Number 48, Pickens.
Just a trap inside. Great blocking up front. Navarre owning the line of scrimmage here early.
So we'll be learning these names and numbers as you will out there in our listening audience. Kick is up, and that was much better, and it is up, and it is through. 14-0.
And it's good.
Raiders
14. Jaguars 0.
So 14-0. Two drives, 2 touchdowns for the Raiders, Bob.
Yeah, absolutely. Good field position both times, but it's just been the offensive line.
Your silver sponsors
Maybe, 2 passes thrown, but it's been mostly the run.
Iron Raider dinner. University Lending Group.
Yeah, James Clark 1 for 2 in that drive with a big third down pass completion to Kuiper.
Right.
Gave him a first down, then he ran off 21 yards on the keeper. A short 5-yard run on first down.
Titan Painting and Maintenance.
And then Pickens finishes it off.
Emerald Coast Lawns. Momentum Church. Paul Steinbeiner. Edward Jones Company.
Or Dickens. Dickens, not Pickens.
Hill Fence and Seaside Power and Soft Wash.
Nice return by the Jags. Out near the 50 and into Raider territory, downside the 40, all the way down to the 38. Nice return for the Jaguars that they set up in Raider territory.
Kicked it right down the middle and
Jaguars
had the return left on. Good blocking for West Florida on special teams. Give them great field position in Raider territory.
We'll be at home next week as the Raiders will host Coach Chip Petrie and the Fort Walton Beach Vikings, your alma mater.
Yep, and
it's been a couple of years since they played Fort Walton as well.
It has. I mean, and we're how many miles apart? 12, 13, 14?
Something like that, maybe.
Yeah. Almost, like this distance to Gulf Breeze.
So 1st and 10 for the Jags at the Raider 38. Nice defensive. They string the back to the outside, and finishing them off is number 32. I don't like calling numbers, but I have no choice tonight.
West Florida also has put in a different quarterback. Again, trying to find out.
That's Jacob Weaver on the tackle.
Loss of about a half yard on the play is going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.5 for the Jags at their own 30, actually at the Raider 39.5-yard line. A quick pass to the wide receiver. He's going to break a couple of tackles. Gets 3 yards down to the 36. Will bring up 3rd and about 7.
It's a play that Navarre runs a lot, a little flanker screen. Good pursuit tonight by the defensive backs and linebackers. Again, it's early. We're still in the first quarter. Don't want to over-exaggerate things, but, it's, I guess, better than the opposite.
So we're going to set up 3rd and a long 7 for the Jags at the Raider 36. So we got a lot of movement before the ball was snapped. And he threw it right on spot at the wide receiver, but the play doesn't really matter.
Looks like Navarre may have jumped off sides, which would change the play call. Nope, they're calling an illegal procedure.
Against the Jaguars, going to back him up.
Definitely changes the play call here. Navarre has been playing man coverage.
3rd down at about 13.
3rd and 13 for the Jaguars at the Raiders 42.
Now they shift into a zone. Russian 3.
Out of the pistol, looks over to the sideline for the play. barks it out to his receivers to the right. He's going to hand off right tackle. He's going to get about 4 yards on the play, down to the Raider 38, and it'll bring up 4th and long, 4th and 9.
Tackle made by number 32, Jacob Weaver.
You know,
I would probably say they would keep the offense out there on the field.
Brings up 4th down.
Again, it's
and a long 9.
preseason. You want to see how your team reacts on plays like this when later in the season, when you're playing for keeps, how they react. It's like Navarre goes back to man coverage.
So he threw down. He had his receiver wide open, but just overthrew him by about a yard or so.
No penalty markers. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
So the Raiders will take over at their own 38-yard line. The defense did their job. And so far we've seen a lot of good on both sides of the ball here early on, Bob.
Absolutely. And that might have been the time to check off again. The linebackers drop. The safeties drop, or the corners drop, even though they were in man coverage. And you're right. The pass would have been a little bit more air under it. It might have been 6 for the Jaguars.
So we got our same sponsors coming back, plus one this year, and we'll talk about him in just a little bit. We'll be playing our commercials once we go to the break. Raiders taking over. It's a handoff to Zerden. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Raiders alternating quarterbacks here.
Kyle Chambers back in there. I'm assuming that number 4 is Kyle Chambers. He was supposed to be number 7.
For the Raiders.
So it's going to be 2nd and long for the Raiders, about 9.5 yards. Chambers back to pass. He's got a receiver, overthrows his intended receiver.
Incomplete.
As he tried to find out Tanner Benson out there in the right flat. Chambers still looking for his first completed pass. He's going to bring up 3rd and long. Well, we want to thank our good sponsors coming back, Ursula Householder.
Oh,
Ursula. For about like the umpteenth year.
Oh, man, she's awesome.
We got a new commercial for her this year. Now we're going to have another flag as he draws him off sides. We got the University Lending Group coming back.
Yep.
Miss Gomes and Miss Wright.
Stacy Wright.
Then we got the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club always stepping up. Express Professional Employment Professionals out of Pensacola once again.
The producer.
Producer. Chambers throws, got a receiver down the middle. He's waiting on it. As his intended receiver.
Don't know if he ran the wrong route or threw it over the wrong shoulder. 3rd and 5.
That was Stephen Huggett that he was trying to find there. It's going to be 4th and let's call it about 4.5. Raiders sending the punt team out there. Looks like Taylor Gardner is going to be doing the punting duties as well. .154 to go here in the opening quarter. 14-0 Navarre. Taylor Gardner with the high end over end punt. And it's going to take a Raider bounce on the wet turf out there and roll down to the 24. And that's where the Jags will get their 3rd possession going.
Yep. Has had some rain. We came through driving back from Walton County through some rain. Heard you guys had rain here early today. Anne Marie, my daughter, said it had rained for almost 2 hours at our house. But the Hawaiian shirt worked, so.
Yeah, you chase that rain rod out of here.
Does that mean I have to wear it every Friday when it looks like it's going to rain?
For the home games.
For the home games, yeah, but I ain't wearing it when it's 32 degrees, brother.
Well, you can just wear something over it.
Yeah, a parka. We've been up here when it's been raw.
Bone chilling.
Ooh, mercy.
Remember the soccer game?
Yes. Yes, it was bone chilling there.
1st and 10 for the Jags. Back to pass. He short hops his receiver out about the 32-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
Jaguars also rotating lots of people in. As Navarre, you want to see who works well with whom, who misses assignments, who gets assignments. Even though this is a preseason game, I guarantee you Jay Walls and his staff tomorrow morning or Sunday after church, they'll be looking.
2nd and 10 after the incompleted pass. It's going to be a jet sweep to the right. Oh, and a nice mean tackle there. That was a mean-spirited tackle by C.J. Boyce. Wow.
Made by number 46.
Yeah, it's almost a forearm, but C.J. has a height advantage.
He scored the touchdown, the 62-yard touchdown to get the scoring going.
Right. Looking forward to some college football, seeing our own Grady Kelly will be a freshman.
Our boys fighting here in a couple of weeks.
Who's that?
Florida State and Notre Dame.
The Catholics, yeah.
Let's call it 3rd and 11. Jags back to pass. He's just throwing that. It's a jump ball out there, and it's going to be the receiver comes back for it, but he drops it, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Probably for Navarre, a good thing, because that might have been 6. Good job by the receiver adjusting on the throw. The cornerback continued running, so if the receiver would have caught it, it just went right through his hands.
Derek Percival back to return the punt. Derek just started playing football last year, his junior season.
Unbelievable.
Had never played football up until that point. End over end punt. It's going to be a short one.
Ooh.
And a nice focus of the ball by one Mr. Percival.
Yep.
And Raiders going to have great field position at their own 47.
Great concentration, as you said. Good focus. You know you're going to get hit. It's like getting a present from grandma or grandpa. You know what's inside, and you know you ain't going to like it. And fortunately, it was just a glancing blow there. No offense to the grandmas and grandpas out there. Hope that you are one soon. Grandpa one time over.
First and 10 for the Raiders from their 48. James Clark back in at quarterback. He's going to keep the ball. Actually, he's going to break to the outside. He jumps over his own player, his own wide receiver. It's a gain 11. Another nice keeper by Mr. Clark.
Yeah, read the end coming in, and just took it outside. Good mobility. It's nice having, a thrower and, a runner kind of sort of there with different quarterbacks.
Shout out for, it's going to be a handoff to the running back. He's going to be inside the 29, down to the 28. Zerden on the carry. He's going to get down to the 29, give him 11 and another Raider first down.
Speaking of, things, what has happened and transpired the last year, we lost Bobby Bowden last month, very famous coach. Florida State.
Not only a great coach, but a great human being.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, Bill, we've completed one.
14-0. A shout-out from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Sebastian Melendez, number 31. Have a great game, nephew. We love you.
Your Navarre Raiders black sponsors this year. Lowe's. Deja U Medical Group. Reliable Land Title, Plastic Engraving, Kathy Spady, Realty Solutions, Tamel Johnson, Caldwell Banker, Michelle Johnson, Goosehead Insurance.
So Raiders going to have first down. Yeah, we'll try to get to those defensive numbers as well. We're still learning them as we go. That's what a preseason game's for.
Yeah, and certainly with no game in the potentially near future, coach is going to bring up a lot of players that are not on our roster.
Quick hitter to the outside. He tries to find his back out of the backfield, and it's going to fall incomplete. That's number 11, Hunter Feister, and for the first time, his first pass of the game.
Navarre, Realty. Thank you, black sponsors.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Already said Lowe's.
And I still don't.
Thanks, man.
And a bad snap, and the Jags are going to take over on the recovery.
Raiders turnover.
I'm working off their photo roster as well, so it may not be as accurate.
Jaguars recovered.
So, but we'll still try to get those numbers out there for you. Sorry for the video issues that we're having. We're still trying to figure those out. But if not this week, we'll definitely have it ready for next week. Raiders coming back out on defense here. The Jags will have 1st and 10 from their own 42 as they recover the fumble. First and 10 for West Florida. 11:45 on the clock here in the second quarter. It's 14-0. Navarre scored on their first 2 possessions. Dickens from 14 for touchdown number 2. 62-yard run by Boyce for touchdown number 1 to get to scoring going. Completed pass and into Raider territory inside the 40. Down to about the 37-yard line will be 1st and 10. Who's going to be forced out of bounds over there on the far sideline.
Looks like they're playing their 3rd quarterback tonight.
And it looks like that was Austin Wright over there forcing the individual out of bounds. Number 6. 1st and 10 for the Jags at the Raider 37. 11:16 on the clock. Handoff was going to go up the middle, but it never got there. And it's going to be a loss of 2 back to the 39. Bring up 2nd and 12.
Is that Devin Wright?
Number 5, Devin Wright, looking for a big year out of him.
Oh, yeah. Looked like it was 90.
Led by number 93.
There we go, 93. That would be Vance Woodbury.
Brings up 2nd down and 13.
Loss of 3 on the play. A high snap. Quarterback's going to try to get up and run with it. He's done a nice job. He's just going to throw it away, and there's a flag. You can't just throw it away.
Marker on the play.
Could have also been I'm sorry.
Could have been a late hit as well, but you cannot throw the ball away like in the pros. So this is interesting what they're going to call here, Bob.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the back judge's call from way back there. Could have been an illegal block. Illegal.
What's this?
Illegal shift.
Let's see what the call is. He gives us give the signal. Well, that's not going to be a shift because that would only be 5. That's a 15-yard penalty back to the Raider 40.
Could have been a illegal block in the back on the wide receiver coming back. Oh, helmet-to-helmet contact.
Side block against
Blinds. There you go.
Great movie.
Blindside. Yeah, it was a good movie. It's going to bring up second and a country mile.
Half the distance back to Walton County.
Offsides Raiders. They'll knock 5 of it off, but going into that play, they needed to get down to the 27. They're at the 40. So that was second and 33. Now second and 28.
Well, there you go.
They're asking me to do math here early on, Bob.
Don't talk about math.
Second and 28. A little swing pass to the back. Oh, hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, slipped on the turf.
Wet turf.
Made by number 25.
Ian Sones with the tackle. Actually, that was Marvin Sactalin. Sones wears 26. So it's going to bring up third. They need to get to the 27. Let's call it third and 27.
And close to 30.
Jags in their white jerseys with maroon pants, black pants. Quarterback's going to scamper out. He's being chased by a host of Raiders. And he throws it out of bounds, and that's going to be an intentional grounding. That'll be loss of down, and they'll make him punt.
Intentional grounding against the Jaguars.
So if that's intentional grounding, when you're trying to kill the clock, can you spike it now in high school?
You know, one thing I learned 3 years ago when we went up to Chicago to Soldier Field and watching Brady's game against Morehouse, you can actually spike the ball from the shotgun formation. I did not know that.
Wow, there you go.
And then the next play, they threw a Hail Mary and they won on the last play of the game.
Planned it all along.
They must have. It was the only lead they had the whole game was the last play of the game. And that's important. It's going to be a low kick into Raider territory down to the 34. Out to the 36. And then take a Raider bounce.
Raiders take over. First and 10.
Well, we're going to talk about our new advertiser this year,
okay.
Dr. Paul Britt of Integrative Chiropractic Solutions. He's coming aboard this year. We'll play the commercials here coming up soon. But welcome, Dr. Britt, to Navarre Raider football.
What's his first name?
Paul. Doctor. He's a retired cop.
Really?
Went back to school, and now is a chiropractor. Sports chiropractor. The only one here in Gulf Breeze and Navarre. It's a quick hitter to the outside, and that's one of the Marshall brothers. That's number 2. That's Terrence. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now, Bill, we're in, as you mentioned, District 1-7A. Pretty tough lineup here. Tate has been down in past years. Pace is in our same district. Niceville, we played Pace and Niceville back-to-back, and Crestview. So 3 in a row there.
Pace moves up from 6A. Second and 10, no yardage gained on the completed pass to Marshall. Raiders at their own 35. Handoff left tackle, a gain of 1 out to the 36. And that would be Christian Caballero, number 9.
You know, give West Florida Tech good adjustments there. You know, the traps that worked early on for Navarre are not working right now. Looks like you have some of the same personnel except the running backs. So apparently their defensive staff has adjusted after 1 quarter.
Feister rolls out to his left. He's going to hit his receiver. That is Alex Woodall with the Raider first down out over the 45 to the 47. A gain of 16 to Woodall and a Raider first down.
Yeah, good heads-up play there. Thought about coming to the sidelines. You know, Coach always tells you after the catch, go north and south. And he did, and he got the first down by, at least a football's length.
First and 10 Navarre at their 47. It's going to be that. Actually, it goes to hand off to Caballero. The exchange is botched, but he jumps on the ball. It'll be a loss of 3 for Feister.
Fumble on the play is recovered by the Raiders. Brings up second down.
You know, last night in our middle school game, we had water breaks. And I noticed, even though it's a preseason game in the first quarter, we didn't have a water break.
We had plenty of water this afternoon, fell from the skies.
Maybe that was it.
Second and 12 for the Raiders, a long 12. Twins to the top of the screen, single to the bottom. Feister back to throw. Throws a good ball. And that's going to be a great catch by Dave Percival down to the 14-yard line. What a throw by the sophomore Feister. And it's a Raider first down.
Great adjustment. He had at least 2 steps on his defensive back. Called for the ball, just a straight fly pattern.
That's a 41-yard gain down to the 15.
Good concentration.
With concentration, there's strength. It's going to be handoff off right tackle, and it's going to be the Raiders going in for another score. This is number 28.
Right up the gut.
Be Jesus Caballero.
Caballero on the carry. Strikes Peter.
Number 28. In from 15 yards out, and the Raiders back on the board at the 6:11 mark of the second quarter. Setting up for the extra point. See if Gardner will be doing most of the duties tonight. That kick is up and is good.
And it's no good.
No good off to the left. 20-0 Navarre. Three rushing touchdowns for the Raiders by 3 different individuals. What a great catch there by Derek Percival. Last year he just played corner. This year he's playing a little corner and a little wide receiver as well.
Well, Navarre hasn't completed a lot of passes, but the passes they have set up touchdowns. And so, I mean, when you have a hole like that, nice job by Navarre.
He got one-on-one coverage, and Feister was rolling out to his, hopefully, Feister, PF, you're the teacher. Tell me, P-F-E-I-S-T-R?
Pfeiffer?
Feister?
Yeah, something like
Feister?
that. Just because I'm a teacher doesn't mean I can pronounce things. I still, to this day, can't name that player from Niceville that starts with an S. He had a name like this long, a wide receiver, running back, tight end, defensive player for Niceville. What was that guy's name, young man's name? And I could not remember how to say it, or not remember how to say it.
Oh, you're talking the Swiss Army knife?
Yes.
Dominic Anacarico.
Gosh.
Good return by the Jags across the 30. Pursuit by the Raiders special teams. He's still on his feet. Pushed out of bounds. No, he's still on his feet. Inside the 40, the 35, and down to about the 30-yard line. What a great return by the West Florida special teams.
Yep, that's two or three now that West Florida has got good yardage on. Coach Wall's going to catch that on film and say, hey.
Well, they had a couple names that was tough to say. You had McAneoli.
Gesundheit.
He's over at LSU.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Those Niceville players, they really do get scouted. And, hey, we've got 2 at Colorado State right now.
Well, he's still there. Azaria's still there. He's the number 15th ranked player in the state of Florida. That guy is all that. Only a 4-star is R.A. Thomas, the younger brother of Wanye.
Well, we'll get to see them.
Oh, he's number 14 now that Mr. James went back to Alabama.
That's right.
It's going to be a carry on first down. It's going to be a gain of, let's call it 3 2nd and 7.
We travel to Niceville on October 22nd district contest. We've got Pace. According to the school website, Pace was in our district. Maybe they're not.
They are. They moved up from 6A. They're in our district this year. Tries to find his intended receiver here on the near sideline, but he's guarded closely there by Chase Marsh.
You know, we have 2 away games. Pace, Niceville on 15th and 22nd. And then the last week, we host Crestview. That's
Marsh and Herrera were there on the coverage.
That's three hard ones in a row. So if you're going to get to the playoffs,
well, there's not any easy games in 7A.
No.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Jaguars at the Raider 28-yard line. 5:20 on the clock here in the second quarter. 20-0 Navarre. Jags back to pass. They got a intended receiver. Oh, almost beautiful pass right on the money, just off his fingertips.
Yeah, he's got a nice arm. As Bill mentioned, we're at home next week against
First
Fort
2
Walton.
weeks.
2 weeks. The 27th?
Yeah, we got the Vikings next Friday night.
Next
and then
Friday
2
night.
weeks we welcome in a team out of New Orleans.
Nolens. West Warren Easton.
Warren Easton's coming over to Navarre. Then we'll have our first road game in the 3rd week of the season.
Milton on the 10th.
Up at Milton. Then week 4, I think we go over to Leon. I think.
We play at home against Tate.
Tate in week 4. They
Wow,
go for
nice
it.
Throw.
They go for the fake, and it's a touchdown for the Jags. They were looking to kick a long field goal.
Yep.
And they throw the ball out of fake field goal formation, and it's a touchdown. The Jags get on the board.
Pretty good throw. Actually, on the 17th September, we play at home against Tate. In our first district game. Then we go over to
Tallahassee for our only one visit this year.
That's right.
Didn't have to go over there at all last year.
Leon away. And that's a district game. They're in our district.
Because Tallahassee schools couldn't play any teams outside of the county,
That's
of
right.
Leon County last year, and they couldn't travel outside of the county. Extra point is up, and it's good. 7 points on the board for the Jags.
Jaguars 7, Raiders 20.
After Leon, looks like we have a week off.
October 1st, we have the week off, yes.
And then we have homecoming against Mosley. Lynn Haven Mosley.
We
Non-district.
have not played Mosley in quite a while. But they'll be coming here.
Always got great quarterbacks, great offense. We go away on the 15th at Pace.
If he didn't graduate this year, I believe they have Liam Bird at their quarterback.
They do.
And he had a solid season last year.
And then after Pace, we go up to Niceville.
Always fun going over to Niceville.
We may be broadcasting from the bleachers, perhaps.
Fun fact here, you know who we got our first playoff victory against?
Niceville.
At Raiderhurst. It was Niceville.
Was it from the bleachers?
It was 2010. 28-7 was Navarre's first playoff victory in school history. Sorry, Robbie. That was after you. That was a few years after you graduated. 10 years. It's going to be a pooch kick. It's going to go out of bounds. The Raiders will get it at the 35. You have the choice of moving it back 5 or taking the ball at the 35.
Yeah. West Florida pulling out some tricks here on special teams, trying to catch Navarre napping. And they had their speedy wide receivers down there if the ball had not gone out of bounds.
Well, we're working our bugs out as the players are working their bugs out. The coaches are working their bugs out. So hopefully by next Friday, all the bugs will hibernate and we can have a good night.
Well, it's always a good night when you have 3 handsome gentlemen on the roof.
Where? You must be talking about the Navarre coaches down there.
Oh, goodness. And
First and 10 for the Raiders. Feaster still in there. Feaster still in there. He hands off to Caballero, who gives a nice run over the midfield stripe to the 48-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 13 for Caballero and a Raider first down.
he hit the hole really, really good. Just a little slant run. Good blocking up front. The big Bubbas. And there this year.
That's Jesus Caballero. Number 9 is Christian Caballero, the younger brother of Quinn Caballero, who played for the Raiders, now at East Tennessee State University, transferred over from Charleston Southern. Hand off to Caballero. Actually, this is another pass down the middle. It's going to be incomplete. His intended receiver. Looks like he was trying to find number. I'm still looking at these numbers here. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time reading these numbers. And it's not old age. That was to number 16 was the intended receiver. So that would be Ricky Riley. Nice night so far for Feaster. He hands off to Caballero once again, and he breaks another big hole. He fumbles, but he gets his own ball right back. And it's going to be a Raider first down to the 33.
Good speed, good speed. We've got some big backs, and we have some speedy backs. So
First down, Raiders.
You know, in past years, we often wondered, you know, is Navarre going to be balanced? Are they going to be mostly throwing the ball? Are they going to be mostly running? Last couple years, we had some questions about the running game. And tonight, I like what I see so far.
Most definitely. It's going to be a handoff this time to Christian Caballero inside the 20, the 15. He bulldozes over
my word.
Jaguar would-be tackler down to the 2, actually down to the 3.
Number 9, Caballero. The 1-2 punch by the brothers.
It's
First and goal.
It's going to be a 35-yard run down to the 3 for Christian Caballero. And another Raider first down. Well, let's listen to our new commercial here, Bob.
Sounds good. Look forward to it.
If you want to move better, feel better, and live better pain-free, Dr. Paul Britt
you recognize
at
that voice?
Integrative Chiropractic Solutions is the only certified sports chiropractor
the one,
for Gold Breeze
the
and Navarre.
only.
He can address your sports injuries quickly and effectively. And after only 4 visits on average, with a 96% resolution rate. So give Integrative Chiropractic Solutions a call today at 850-916-9304 or book online at drpaulbritt.com. That's 850-916-9304 or online at drpaulbritt.com. They want to fix you swiftly to get you back in the game.
Hey! Robbie did a great job on all 3 commercials, and we'll play those. We'll play our other new ones here, and we'll play all of them as we go through the night. In fact, let's go through Navarre Quarterback Club here real quick.
Teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raiders Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it that they're properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can watch and hear all exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
Number 9, Christian.
Fresh out of the break, Christian Caballero with a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders back on the board. 26-7.
Well, they missed the extra point. Looks like they're going to go for extra point again. I was wondering maybe they would try for 2. You know, again, throughout the year, you may be in a situation where you need 2 points. They're going to continue to give a kicker his practice. And
Taylor
reps.
Gardner's back out there for another attempt. Kickers need all the work they can get here in preseason. That kick is up. It hits the upright and goes off the left. And it will remain 26-7.
Jaguars 7.
So, Bill, after Niceville, we have, I mentioned, another district game on the 29th of October. We're at home versus Crestview. No pushover. And then we end regular season at home. I think it's senior night against Gulf Breeze.
So the Public Speech Bowl cut back to the last week of the season where it has been for quite a few years.
Right. It had been in the beginning of the season.
And they got a good young team over there at Gulf Breeze coming into this season. It's always a battle when those two teams get together.
Yeah, again, very trite expression. You can just throw out the record books.
Navarre holds a 14-8 advantage in the series. Gulf Breeze dominated early on in the series. Navarre has basically won 12 of the last 13, I believe.
Wow.
I mean, Gulf Breeze had a 7-1 lead in the series, and now Navarre leads 12-8. 14-8, I should say. The team that they played the most. Kickoff for the Raiders. Gardner with the deep kick. It's going to come down at the 7. It's another return set up for the Jaguars special teams. And they come to the near side, and he comes back on another return out to the 35.
I believe you said number 6 was a Caballero.
Number 6 is actually Austin Wright.
Austin Wright did a good job this time. Austin came to the sideline, made the runner cut in towards where there was more players. He did his job as the that outside tackler, kept him from gaining sideline advantage.
Raiders defense back out there. Get your numbers here if I can. The players that are on the field right now. Looks like number 95, DeMarcus Taylor.
77.
Number 77, Charlie Cottrell.
Tackle made at the
93 on the tackle.
Brings up second down and 10.
That would be Vance Woodbury on the tackle there. No scores. These are all preseason games, except there's a big game going on tonight out in California. Miami Central is going out to play John Bosco.
Wow.
The number 3 and the number 10 ranked teams. Fort Walton Beach 13-0 over Pensacola. Enterprise all over Bay. Marianne over Chipley 7-0 first quarter. Second and 10 for the Jags. They're going to try to run the ball up the middle. The Raiders smart 3 says, not tonight. And give him the old Dikembe Mutombo finger. Jay and Graceville just underway. No score. Holmes County 6-0.
Number 97, Isaac Cole.
Isaac Cole on the tackle.
Woodbury.
That's a long way from Miami Central to travel to play
No
a football
scores being
game.
reported, it looks like.
Down, third down.
Thanks, Robbie.
The Jaguars and approximately 12.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 12. And as a jailhouse break right there.
Pass ball is incomplete.
Was the whistle even blown?
That's going to bring up 4th down.
I did not hear one.
They got the play off, so it's an incompleted pass. Will bring up 4th down.
South Walton, over in Walton County, they're hosting Lawton Childs High School out of Tallahassee tonight.
And one we forgot to mention is where we do our show every Wednesday night. Culver's is back again this year.
Oh, awesome.
So we will be having our first show next Wednesday night, the 25th. Hopefully we'll get our video up and running. If not, we'll be doing audio, but hopefully we'll have the video up and running. Raiders take over after about a 33-yard punt.
So, the last time we went to Milton at a football game, we weren't able to bring video, so we had video of us.
26-7 is your score. We try to announce it as much as we can. Sorry if we're not getting it out there enough. We are 1:20 to go in the first half. Navarre up 26-7 here in the second quarter. First and 10 for the Raiders. They start at their own 30-yard line. It's going to be a handoff. Nope. Feaster's going to roll out, and he's going to try to find Percival once again, but it's going to fall to the ground harmlessly for an incompleted pass.
Navarre maybe
missed the handoff, or
that Percival was his first intended receiver. He was covered. Percival changed his route, went to the inside. Just great coverage by the corner on the play.
Doug Garner in Sydney, Australia, checking in.
Holy cow. Welcome, mate.
It's going to be handoff off right tackle, and it's going to be run by Caballero out to the 34, giving 4 yards. Yes, he got an assignment down to Sydney, Australia.
Who's that?
Doc Garner.
Really?
Yep. So that's right. They just got down there.
So if this is summer, then it's winter?
They're down in 6.
In Australia?
Gain of 4 for Jesus Caballero. 3rd and 6 for the Raiders from their 35. And he draws the defense offside, so that's going to set up a 3rd and 1 here.
And the defensive tackle that went offsides is doing push-ups. Apparently that's the penalty that you have to do when you go offsides, right there on the field.
Going to move the ball up. We'll bring up 3rd and 1. I like it when the guys do the push-ups. You know what? I messed up. Let's do 10 real quick. Either one, you'll get really good at push-ups, or you'll get tired of doing push-ups.
And
you won't do anymore. You won't jump the line of scrimmage again.
Well, we're looking for our ROTC to do more push-ups in this 26-7 game right before halftime.
3rd and 1 for the Raiders. It's going to be a handoff to Caballero. He's going to have a first down. Christian out over the 46. And he punishes a couple of Jaguar defenders out to the 47. It's going to be a gain of 8 and a Raider first down.
Navarre will call timeout.
So 215 yards on the ground for the Raiders, 66 through the air.
Raiders.
They've used about 7 different backs there already tonight. 4 of them have scored.
Well, you never know when injuries, the C word, COVID, would hit your team. So you want to, have lots of possibilities.
Just to let you know, we are having video issues tonight. Hopefully we'll get that scored away for the first regular season game next Friday night. But at least you get to listen to Seminole Bob and myself here, and then we'll have Robbie on the camera next week, hopefully.
Well, I think I'm going to take a third quarter pause and
we'll let Robbie come on in for a little bit.
His voice is so smooth.
Feaster across the middle to Derek Percival inside the 30, down to the 20, down to the 27. 26-yard pass play to Percival.
And
2.4, the Raiders will have one more play coming up here.
He did spike the ball, but he was under center.
So it will bring up 2nd and 10. But it doesn't really matter because this is the last play of the first half. and we'll go through our commercials. We'll let all of our commercials run through here a couple of times so you can listen to who is actually allowing us to bring you the games each and every Friday night. Timeout, West Florida.
This year for your Navarre Raiders. Navarre ready, Rick.
26-7, Navarre. 4 rushing touchdowns here. Boyce, Dickens, Jesus Caballero, and Christian Caballero.
I'm going to ask this question early. What do you think Jay says at halftime? I mean,
you always do that to me.
Yeah, I mean, I realize it's a preseason, kickoff classic. What would you think he would say about the Raider performance in the first half?
I would think he would like what the ground attack and what the O-line's doing by opening up holes up the middle. But what I think is the backs not stopping with their initial hit, going through the hit and getting extra yardage. I think he'll be happy with.
Pass falls incomplete.
His intended receiver out there was Ricky Riley. It falls incomplete, and we go to halftime. Your score, Navarre 26 and West Florida 7. Sit back and we'll play our commercials, then we'll come back with a song, one of our favorites.
Craig Culver of Culver's. Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now. The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642-5711 or email ursula.householder@cbrealty.com or go to urhouseholderhomes.com. That's urhouseholderhomes.com. Go Raiders!
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
If you want to move better, feel better, and live better pain-free, Dr. Paul Britt at Integrative Chiropractic Solutions is the only certified sports chiropractor for Gulf Breeze and Navarre. He can address your sports injuries quickly and effectively, and after only 4 visits on average with a 96% resolution rate. So give Integrative Chiropractic Solutions a call today at 850-916-9304 or book online at drpaulbritt.com. That's 850-916-9304 or online at drpaulbritt.com. They want to fix you swiftly to get you back in the game.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raiders Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it that they're properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can watch and hear all exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
Retail e-commerce ventures is announcing the completed acquisition of distressed sports.
When this whole world starts getting me down and people are just too much for me to face, I climb way up to the top of the stairs and all my cares just drift right into space. On the roof it's peaceful as can be, and there the world below can bother me. Let me tell you now, when I come home feeling tired and weak, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet. On the roof I get away from the hustling crowd and all that rat race noise down in the street. On the roof, the only place I know where you just have to wish to make it so. Let's go up on the roof. Up on the roof. At night the stars put on a show for free, and darling, you can share it all with me. I keep a telling you right smack there in the middle of
Welcome back to Bennett C. Russell Stadium. We are at the half. Navarre up on top 26-7. Great ground attack by the Raiders in the first half.
I think that they reset the scoreboard, so we are
It'll be interesting. We may see a little bit of JV action here in the second half.
You know, they said it was going to be varsity action, but
we might have some backups, the reserves coming in here in the second half.
Yep.
And playing maybe a little bit of JV action as well.
So I'm going to take a pause for the cause because I'm older than you two guys.
Not much. Me, not much. Robbie, quite a bit.
Robbie's young enough to be my son.
He's young enough to be both of our sons.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I'm going to take a pause for the cause, turn it over to the smooth voice of Robbie. You know, I have a friend who did.
You got a friend? How much did you pay him?
Too much.
Too much?
Too much. He, you may know him, Rick Horde. Rick ran for sheriff in Oklahoma County several years ago, radio personality. Rick's teaching civics like I do at Woodlawn Beach Middle near Gulf Breeze. And Rick on the side did some voice modeling. And you're the professional, not me, Robbie. But
voice modeling.
Voice modeling. He was
doing
doing
sort of like hand models.
Well, he was doing the voiceovers.
Joey from Friends wanted a wannabe hand model.
I think he was getting like, and this is years, probably for Rick, probably 10 years ago, but it was like $500. But it was a series, you know, you had to try out and all this stuff. And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to head downstairs for a minute. And refresh myself, turn it over to the smooth-talking Robbie.
Once again, folks, we want to apologize for our video transgressions tonight.
You can always just pretty much blame any transgressions just on me. Those are usually my fault.
No, not tonight, Robbie.
I've been working on this the first half, so I got to be honest with you. If you're looking for a little bit of game recap here, I'm probably the wrong guy. I've been underneath this table for most of the first half, messing with cables and settings and things, and I think I have this narrowed down to two possibilities, Irish Bill. Either
Thunderbolt cable.
Either we have a bad Thunderbolt cable, or we have a faulty engineer.
It's probably the attempt at wannabe engineer by me to get this game.
Well, I was going to take the heat on that one for you. That's okay. I was going to take the heat for you.
I did a sin of a broadcaster. You're supposed to test your equipment before you go, and I did not test the video. I took it for granted, and I came out and I paid for it tonight.
Yeah, and I should have been here a little bit quicker. I did not realize I was going to have to pay for parking tonight. I thought I was talent tonight, Irish Bill. I'm paying for parking tonight. I had to stop and get cash.
You are getting reimbursed.
No, I'm kidding, Irish Bill.
No.
Irish Bill. By the way, it was the cheapest I ever paid for parking. We were here for
$3.
We were here for the spring game. I remember parking was $10.
Wow.
And now in our
that was after I told them that you were coming in right behind
and
me.
I still paid. I think we both paid the $10 for me, right? So they're really getting the money out of me tonight. And so this time around for the preseason game, it was only a $3 parking fee. So
that's regular season.
I like those prices a lot better. I'll be down to check the hot dog prices here in a few moments.
And if you get here as early as I do at 5 o'clock, which you can sneak in before they even set up the parking.
I'd never heard the term voice modeling before.
I've
done a bunch of voice work. I've done a bunch of different styles of voice work.
I love the commercials that you've done.
Done some commercials, done some narration.
Dr. Britt said his wife said that was one of the best commercials she's ever heard.
Well, thank you. I always have fun making them. I got to thank a good buddy of mine, longtime friend, Rob Bates, helped me out with those. We worked on those. It was good. And you know what? I hadn't seen him in so long. I hadn't seen him in months. So you brought two friends back together to work on a fun project. We had a great time doing it.
We got some more hopefully for you in the future.
Absolutely.
We're going to redo. I think we're going to do a little editing to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club 1, and then we're going to come up with an infomercial for IrishBillSports.com.
Hey, I'm happy to do that stuff. I always love that stuff. I
just got to put down on words what I want to say, and
I'll be happy to do the voice modeling for you. That's a new one for you. I've heard
you
voice
are
acting.
More than welcome.
I've heard character voices. I've heard voice acting, but voice modeling, that's a new one.
Well, we both have a voice and a face for radio.
This is true. This is very true.
There's another nice return by the Jags. Here they're going to cross the 50 into Raider territory, down the left far sideline, still on his feet, and he steps out of bounds at the 36 or 37, it looks like.
This has really been the bright spot for West Florida tonight. It has been their return game. This is at least the second or third big return I've seen them make for the night, or heard them make from under the table, as we talked about.
But it's also giving Coach Walls and the special team for the Raiders something to work on.
Very much so. Very much so. But your Navarre guys are looking good. Your big Bubbas are looking hefty.
Since we replaced the whole offensive line, basically, from last year.
Have you gone into the madness of the player who should not be mentioned? Have you talked about that yet today, or are you avoiding that topic? 'Cause
a little bit.
I'm wanting to hear more of the story from you.
I don't know all of the story, but I did post an article from Alabama.com the other day out on Twitter. First and 10 for the Jags as they're in the Raider territory. They're going to gain, looks like about 2 or 3 yards. They did spot the ball originally at the 40, so give him 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Basically what it comes down to is he was over here for 2 weeks without family, and Mama didn't like it. So what Mama says, it goes. So Mama said, I want you back in Alabama.
And I've heard some different takes on this, too, that he may have been using this program to try to get to a different program that he wanted to be at, but transfer rules in his home state kind of prevented that.
That did look like a backwards pass, but they're going to call it incomplete, so we'll bring up 3rd and 7.
May have gotten the benefit of the doubt on that one.
But so I never got to see him play. He didn't play in the maroon and white game last Friday night. So So he headed back, and he's back at Faith Academy in Mobile.
So he was already gone by the maroon and white game, and we didn't. He, of course, wasn't here during the spring game that we were here for.
That guy's name is Shamar James. He was the 14th ranked player in the state of Florida. Once he moved to Florida, I don't know what he is in Alabama, but he was already committed to the Florida Gators, your team.
Mm-hmm.
They had him slated to play linebacker, but he was going to play safety. Oh, what a great pass and catch by the Jags, and it's going to be a first down inside the 10. What a beautiful throw and catch by the Jags receiver there on the far sideline.
Gives him a first down.
But the Raiders, he was going to play safety for Navarre and a little bit of wide out as well.
Well, hopefully he doesn't. He decides to stick with his decision to stay with the Gators.
Well,
that'll certainly make me happy.
Private schools in Alabama, you cannot graduate early.
Oh, really?
So that was the reason that he came over to Navarre, was that he could come to Navarre, a public school, and play for the Raiders and graduate after the December semester.
And did he end up in Blunt? Is that correct?
No, he could not go to Blunt because of their school zoning that he did not meet to go play at Blunt. So he's back at Faith Academy.
Back at Faith Academy, okay.
So it's going to be second and goal for the Jags at the Raider. Looks like about the 2-yard line, maybe even the 1.
Yeah, in between the two perhaps.
The Jags are going to get in on the board here and to start the second quarter. From 1 yard out, a 1 yard run cuts the lead. Actually, we got a new scoreboard, so it's
a
new
reset
ball
game apparently.
It's a new ball game
according
here.
to the Navarre scorekeeper. So, believe we're at 26-14. Is that right, Bill?
I think they're going to reset the scores. So it's a brand new ball game.
Oh, this is so that's how we're going to do the preseason game. So they actually are resetting this at halftime. This isn't just a scoreboard malfunction here.
So a 1 yard run and a score for the Jags to lead the second half, 6-0.
Now tell me about the format that we're using here tonight. Are we using a different group of players? Have we dropped down to some of the reserve players or JV players?
First half was varsity, mixed in with a little bit of Navarre got a little bit of their JV players in as well. Because they're replacing their whole backfield, quarterback, running backs, wide receivers. I mean, they're replacing pretty much the whole offense. So I think we're going to go more to reserves here, and reserve varsity players in the third quarter, and maybe even JV into the fourth quarter, or reserves for the whole second half.
Want to, if you don't mind, I'd like to give a shout out to a lot of the middle school players that started their seasons yesterday. I know that I didn't catch a lot of scores, but I spent a lot of time with Coach Chris Torres on the air, and certainly want to give his version of the Raiders, his little Pirates.
Chris asked me if I wanted to do some of his games, but I just cannot fit it into my busy schedule.
Also, I know Ruckle had a big win over the Destin Middle School yesterday, so they had a win.
We can't talk about that here in Santa Rosa County because we do not have middle school sports in Santa Rosa County.
You don't have middle school sports in Santa Rosa County. I did not know that.
That's going to be a pooch kick, come down about the 18-yard line where he's hit right there, 1 yard return. Caballero fielded the ball, and he found himself quickly on his backside.
I think that's news to me. That's one of those things I'd never realized was missing.
Yeah, Santa Rosa County has never had middle school sports. So that's why all their youth NYSA programs is very important here in Navarre because
came by the huge facility on my way here to Navarre High School, the NYSA facility here in Navarre. Got a lot there.
That's where our young Raiders grow up, and they learn Coach Jay's Wall's offense their style of play here at Navarre at an early age at NYSA.
I got to come see you out here one weekend. We'll go race down that water slide.
Raiders 1st and 10 from their own 20. See who's in there at quarterback. We got another one. Number 7. Now I have no idea who number 7 is. Originally, that was going to be Kyle Chambers.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just going to give you a little bit of play-by-play here and a little bit of.
The roster collection gets better as the season goes on.
Hopefully by this time next week, I will have actually a correct roster in front of me. So 2nd and 12 for the Raiders. A completed pass there to.
Ball kind of squirts out at the end there.
Pass
But,
complete.
oh, that's his shoe. That was his
Jaden
shoe
Reese.
had squirted out of the end.
We're not in Gainesville.
Yeah, I know. Well, thankfully he learned from that situation and didn't throw it 30 yards down the field.
And that's going to be a gain out to the 21, a gain of 21. Reese with his first catch of the night. First and 10 Raiders at their own 41, 8:58 on the clock. 7-0 West Florida here in the third quarter as we reset the scoreboard. Nice defensive pressure there on the handoff to Sebastian Melendez, his first carry of the night. You'll mainly see Sebastian on the defensive side of the ball. The younger brother of Elijah Melendez, who is now a freshman at Valdosta State. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12 for the Raiders.
Always a big fan of the Blazers at Valdosta State.
Intended pass was to Terrence Marshall here on the near sideline. It's going to fall incomplete. This may be Kyle Chambers.
You know, I got to give a lot of credit to this Navarre High School student base. A big crowd tonight. You know, and it's certainly great to see. And what I'm seeing from these students, very active and involved in the game. There's lots of just little subgroups going on, whether you're part of the Spirit Squad, the cheerleaders and the band, of course, doing their thing. But, you know, I think as I came into the stadium today, there were Spirit Squads lining the streets, just shouting at the cars on their way in. Definitely very involved in the game.
He's going to bring up 4th down and 5.
That's Southmore. We have twins, Southmores, both wide receivers. And we're going to see who number 12 is. I get them mixed up all the time. Number 12 is Tyrell Marshall. Number 2 is Terrence Marshall. They're both Southmores. Punting away is Taylor Gardner.
Kicking away towards the sidelines, looking to avoid some of those big returns from West Florida.
Well, I tell you, that their return game has been solid tonight, Robbie.
We've seen number 5 for West Florida break 2 or 3 big runs, big returns on those, often for more than 20 yards.
I know it's got to be a little unusual being in Niceville, Greg, doing a Navarre game, but we're glad to have you over here in Santa Rosa County.
Hey, it's football on the Emerald Coast. I'm where I want to be.
That's right, and you can't ask for a better Friday night is covering a football game, high school football game here in the Panhandle.
We got that thunderstorm just before the game started. That little shower just cooled off the temperature just enough to kind of escape the heat and make things perfect tonight.
Hunter Crowder on the tackle there with Devin Wright. It's going to bring a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Second and actually give him 5 out to the 30-yard line. 2nd and 5 for the Jags. This might be the varsities here. We may have seen, and there's a long pass down the middle.
Short by about 2 steps.
Pass intended for number 1.
This may be the varsities because I see a lot of varsity numbers. So we may have seen the reserves in the first half.
You know, one thing you don't typically see in a football game, and it was one of my first questions. It does get explained as you explain the format to me, but you see West Florida players, 2 different helmets. Some of their players wearing white helmets, some of their players wearing the darker black helmets. Probably a split between JV and varsity, but right now, as you pointed out, Irish Bill, likely the varsity on the field. These are all black helmets for West Florida.
Yeah. 3rd and 5. Nice defense there by Terrence Marshall. Cuts in front of the receiver. It falls incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down. As you find out quickly, I put numbers and names together really quickly.
I'm also noticing on the sidelines, as I mentioned about the white helmets and the darker helmets for West Florida, and tell me if you see different, but on the West Florida sidelines, I'm not seeing those white helmets any longer.
They are now sitting in the stands.
They're in the stands. Those likely the JV players out the rest of the game.
So we will have varsities here in the second half.
4th down, Raider Nation.
Going for it at their own 30 4th and 5 here are the Jags. Maybe trying to draw the Raiders off sides to get that cheap first down. But sorry about no video tonight. We'll get it squared away for next week. It looks like I will have to make
I noticed this from the comments. The video is missed. It's certainly missed.
They love their video.
The video is certainly appreciated. I know we have, likely have folks listening on Irish Pill Sports from well outside the Navarre area, so that video is always appreciated.
And you can also catch me on YouTube, Irish Pill Sports channel.
Many of this particular area are military families, and so many of those are often deployed. And certainly you provide a great service to those families so that they can keep an eye on.
Well, that was one of the reasons when I got into broadcasting is being in a military area, being able to provide that service to family members that aren't here, whether it be cousins, mothers, daughters, sisters, brothers, dads, grandparents, relatives. I'm just glad that we are able to. Speaking of that, we got a shout out to Sebastian Melendez. Go boy, love you, Melendez family from San Antonio, Texas. So if you got a shout-out, send it on in, 850-549-8387. That's 850-549-8387. Or you can join the live chat on YouTube. Yeah, I went to YouTube last year and had a great success with it last year, Robbie.
You got it working every game. But this one, I'm 0 for 1. I'm 0 for 1.
But I normally don't do the preseason game. I usually sit in the stands and do my research during the preseason game. But we just wanted to.
It's a good
football
good
is here. We just got excited and wanted to.
Especially after last year, and preseason is a good game to get those kinks out. You mentioned San Antonio. I wonder if he's out at Lackland Air Force Base out in San Antonio. My pops was stationed there a couple of times.
Went through basic training, as most people in
most
the Air Force do.
Most Air Force do spend some time at Lackland.
Kyle Chambers in at quarterback for the Raiders. It's going to be a handoff to Chris DeCorte, and he's going to get the ball out to the 28-yard line. Back to the line of scrimmage. No, actually, they're going to move the chain. Nope. Maybe a half a yard for Chris. Give him 1 yard on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Chambers going to hand off to the Corte, and a nice defensive play there by the Jaguar defense. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lose one on the play.
The defensive run game for West Florida has also been a strong point for them.
He's back to the line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd down at 10.
So 3rd and long for the Raiders here. Wearing their onyx-colored jerseys, white lettering, maroon numbers outlined in white, black Raider helmet. They have 3 different uniform combinations. Most teams go into that these days. Chambers back to pass. He feels pressure. They're setting up the screen to DeCorte. He gets a nice block, but Mr. Jaguar defender says, you missed one, not this one.
Great job to slip the first tackle. Didn't slip tackler number 2 and 3.
Marion Moultrie for the Jaguars.
So you're going to lose 2 on the play, and it's going to bring up 4th and long, 4th and 12 for the Raiders. So we got back there, looks like number 22, it looks like. Back there. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time reading numbers tonight. I'm usually right on top of them. If it's 22, that would be Derek Percival. Low snap, gets it away. Short punt. Hopefully we'll take a Raiders bounce. No, it takes a sideways bounce at the Raider 47. And that's where West Florida will take over on their 3rd possession of the second half.
Now, one thing I am surprised about, Irish Bill, I thought we'd see more West Florida fans here tonight. The bridge is reopened now. You can actually make it here to Navarre. Just come across that 3-mile bridge now.
Actually, a lot of them, since West Florida they're over at the old Woodham Middle School now. Mm-hmm. So they're closer to I-10, so they may take I-10 over to 87
and
come
take
on
the
down.
interstate anyway.
Yes.
We'd like to see a few more of them out here.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 Jags at the Raider 47 here, 4:22 on the clock. In the third, scoreboard has flipped over. A new scoreboard here in the second half. And West Florida varsity against the Raider varsity here in the second half.
The first half definitely went Navarre's way, 26-7. Trailing a bit by a touchdown here as we start off this third quarter.
Keep plugging away on the live chat. I'm glad to see everybody. Hopefully everybody's being civil tonight.
Tackle made by number 2, Marshall.
Terrence Marshall on the tackle. Back to the 41. It's going to be a loss. They'll bring up third and let's call it third and a long 6 for the Jags back to their Raider 41-yard line, just outside the 41. So in Raider territory, I would not be surprised if they keep the punter on the sideline, even if they don't convert here on third down. It's going to be a handoff off left tackle. He cuts to the outside, but there's a bunch of Raiders to head him off at the pass.
They did not give him a hole at all.
Christian Caballero with the tackle and a loss back to about a loss of a half a yard, bring up fourth down.
It looked like he made 3 cuts to try to break towards a hole that just wasn't there before he just ran out of room, and Navarre Raider defenders caught up to him.
And looks like they are keeping the offense on the field. 4th and a long 6 for West Florida. 2:32 on the clock and counting here in the third. 26-7 for Navarre in the first half. 7-0 West Florida here so far in the second half. 4th and 6. Back on a quick pass. His receiver cut in instead of out, and the pass falls incomplete, and the Raiders take over. Good defensive stand by the Raider defense.
That was their best receiver for West Florida that they were throwing to, but not on the same page with his quarterback.
So the Raiders will take over with good field position just outside their own 40-yard line. Kyle Chambers bringing the offense back out onto the field with a new cast of Big Bubbas in front of him.
Brings that offense back on the field. Ready to put one in the end zone.
The receivers, Terrence and Tyrell Marshall.
I'm admiring that right guard. That's a big Bubba.
Jaden Reese out there as well. That's going to be a handoff up the middle to DeCourte. DeCourte is going to get DeCourt. Okay. I stand corrected, which I often do. Steve Alford's been the voice of the Raiders here in the stadium for a few years. He's just
always defer to the PA announcer. They
always do. He helps me with my tackles.
They are the voice of God at football games.
2nd and 8 for Navarre at their 43. Chambers going to roll out to his right. He's going to hit Marshall on the catch. Marshall over the 50. It takes a big hit, but not before he gets into West Florida territory down at the 49-yard line.
Great on-target pass, easy to catch for his receiver, allows him to make the cut up towards the field, get a couple of steps in before he's tackled.
It's going to be a third down and short.
This is going to be a real short third down, Irish Bill. Maybe a yard.
Ball sniffing the midfield stripe. 3rd and a short yard. Chambers in a quarterback in the pistol. He's going to hand off up the middle. The court's going to have the first down inside the 50 and down to the 47. A gain of 3 and a Raider first down.
That's going to give the Raiders a first down, Raiders.
That's going to move the clock within 1 minute to go here in the third. West Florida 7. Navarre looking to put some points on the board here in the third quarter, but I think the clock will run out unless they score rapidly. First down for the Raiders at their West Florida 47. Chambers going to hand off to Melendez. He's going to skirt out to the right, but he's going to lose a couple back to the 49, and that might be the last play of the third quarter.
Well, Irish Bill, this has been a blast. It's been like riding a bike. Nice to do this on air with you in your house for a change.
Well, we're glad to have you, Robbie.
It's been great. I've enjoyed this quarter. I'm enjoying my evening here, watching a little Navarre Raider football. Irish Bill Sports definitely doing some great things here in the Navarre community, and this community worth supporting.
We appreciate it, Robbie. Bob over there, hopefully he hasn't fallen asleep.
Bob's just enjoying this cool country air down here in the South. Enjoying this
with that cool Hawaiian shirt on.
Yeah, is there there's some meaning to that? It's like it's like Guy Harvey.
Usually we have an attire here when we come to Navarre.
It's like Guy Harvey meets Don Ho over here.
Don who? No. But this is Navarre Raider football on IrishBillSports.com, and that was the voice of one Robbie Shanks. Robbie will be on video for us this year, and we'll get that back up and running next Friday night. And we appreciate Robbie stepping up this year and bringing his years of experience to radio and to Channel 3. He was employee of Channel 3 for a while. So hopefully we'll get some good video going on throughout the rest of the year. But that was Robbie Shanks. And welcome him back to the mic for the fourth quarter. One Seminole Bob.
Fourth quarter.
He holds up 4 fingers.
That's right.
And it's going to be 2nd and 12 for the Raiders, just inside the Jaguar 50-yard line. Just call it the 49. We're just underway, 7-0 here in the second half, West Florida. Chambers in at quarterback, back to pass. He's got a receiver. His intended receiver was Jaden Reese. That's going to fall incomplete and bring up 3rd and 12.
So that was not Sage in the first half.
That was not Kyle Chambers. Sage graduated a few years ago there, Bob.
You sure he used up all his eligibility?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm positive.
All right.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Raiders.
Michael Dinkins to the press box. Michael Dinkins to the press box, please.
Twin split to both sides, far side, near side. 3rd and 12. And he overthrows his intended receiver,
Brings up 4th down.
which would be number 15. I have to look that one up. 15 would be Philip Robas, is what I have here. It's going to bring up 4th and 12, and Derek Percival back to punt for the second time tonight here in the second half. Did a lot of good in the first half. A little bit more defense here in the second half, Bob.
Yeah, almost a tale of two halves.
Percival with a high end over end punt. See if it takes a Raiders bounce, and it does inside the 10. It's going to come to rest at the 9-yard line. But there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul.
After the kick. So it'll be half the distance to the goal. Should have put him down just inside the 5. Unless it was before the kick.
I think it was extracurricular activity after the kick towards the Navarre sidelines.
So it's half the distance of the goal. They're going to put it right at the 5-yard line, like I said to begin with. It's got a little bit of nice breeze coming in here now. This feels good. Usually we're sweating our backsides off here in the end of August.
I remember 1 August.
I remember 7 years ago.
Anyone lost your cell phone, come to the press box.
Our forefathers.
So the Jags offense is backed up deep in their own end. And the Raiders defense is going to keep them right there on first down. Moso with the tackle inside the 5. And they're going to spot the ball at the 4.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down and 11.
Moso with his first tackle here. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Jags. Back to their own 4. 11 minutes on the clock here in the fourth. 7-0 West Florida here in the second half. Receivers twins to the far side, single to the near side. It's going to be a handoff off left tackle, but no going there. A loss back to the 3. A host of Raiders on the tackle.
Yeah, interesting play call here with 3rd and 12 or 13. You know, does West Florida try airing it out? They've already shown they've got speedy wide receivers and very speedy skill players.
Lemmy Wilson and Leveron McKinney on the tackle there. It's going to be 3rd and 12. Back to their own 3. 10-12 on the clock.
Navarre playing man-to-man here.
And he had his wide receiver breaking wide open down the field, but overthrows him. And it's going to be 4th down, and they'll be punting almost from the back of the end zone line. It's just so good to be football back in the air. I mean, we got another week, regular season starts. We got preseason NFL games going on. Next week, I think next Thursday or Friday, we got our first college game. I think Nebraska and Illinois is the biggest game in week 0, if you want to call it week 0. It can officially be week 0 if there's games. High end over end pump, but the wind catches that a little bit. And the Raiders are going to have great field position just outside their 25 at the 26-yard line. So 1st and 10 Raiders with a very short field.
Yeah, the wind's kind of swirling. Looking at, I guess that would be the north end zone. The wind there on the field is blowing north to south, but the flags up here are blowing west to east. So that wind may have had a little bit to do with the punt. We'll take it.
Most definitely. 1st and 10, a short field for the Raiders at the Jags 26 with 9:50 to go in the fourth quarter. West Florida up 7-0 here in the second half. Feaster back in, and that's going to be off the fingertips of Terrence Marshall, incomplete.
Tipped around a couple times. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
The young sophomore, I like the way he throws the ball out there.
Yep, threw it a little high. Almost after it hit the wide receiver, almost was picked off.
They're looking for something down there.
Mouthpiece, contact lens.
Feaster coming to the sideline. Cal Chambers coming back on.
Mouthpiece.
Sebastian Melendez, the up back for the Raiders here. It's going to be 2nd and 10 after the incompleted pass. Twins to the near side, single to the top of the screen. 2nd and 10, Navarre at the West Florida 26. Chambers going to hand off to Melendez. He's going to cut to the outside. And thought I saw a flag coming there. No flag. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Finds his way back to the line. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This West Florida varsity team a little bit stingier on defense against the run.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Raiders on offense. Marshall and Reese to the top of the screen. Pass across the middle is going to fall incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete.
Feaster back in there. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Be interesting play call here. 4th and 10.
For the Raiders.
I would expect Coach Jay Walls to go for it. His offense stays on the field.
Twins to the near side. Twins to the top of the screen. Melendez in the backfield with Feaster. He's going to throw across the middle. A completed pass just as he turned around. See who that's to. Looks like Derek Percival, number 22.
Injured Jaguar down there. That was a great catch, and he got hammered in the back. Good job hanging on to the football. And
actually not number 22. That was actually number 89. I think that is Alex. I'm going to look up this name.
You need to eat more carrots, Bill.
I need to. Problem is on his diet, I'm not allowed to eat carrots.
Really?
The sugar and carrots.
Really? Okay. And it was the defensive back, the safety that came from behind, and he was the one, unfortunately, that was injured.
So it's going to be down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 16 to Alex Alcantara. A 16-yard gain.
Remember in the first half, critical pass plays, third down pass plays, led to touchdowns for Navarre. Let's see if it happens again here.
It's Chris DeCourt in the backfield. Handoff from Feaster, and DeCourt's going to lose a yard back to the 11.
And off to number 3. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, brings up second down, and goal.
It's going to be second and goal from the 11. Feaster back in at quarterback.
Nice corner route.
In the corner. Raiders on the board.
Threw it in double coverage. Great pattern.
Trying to
Great run.
That looks like number 86 on the catch. Is it 86 or 80?
85.
85. That's Richardson on the catch.
Good route.
Number
Nice
86.
Exact
Steven
corner route run into double coverage.
So an 11-yard touchdown pass.
Correction, number 85, Chase Richardson.
Chase Richardson on the touchdown reception from
the
Feaster, and the Raiders have tied it up with 7:55 to go here in the fourth.
Extra point was good. Your Raiders 7, Jaguars 7.
Thank goodness the ROTC is thankful just for 7, or else if you add in the first half score, it would have been 33 push-ups.
A lot of noise coming out of the student section down here below us.
Yep.
Early on, they're not missing a beat here in the preseason game.
That young man does not need any more caffeine.
Caffeine, what's that? I haven't had any of that in a while.
Is that right? Is that out of your diet too?
Yeah, no sugar, no fried foods, healthy eating, and a lot of water.
Wow. We'll see what Navarre chooses to do. Deep kickoff, angle kickoff, or pooch kick, onside kick, who knows?
End over end kick down to the 8. It's going to be dropped by the Jaguar return man. Good coverage by the Raider defense. Special teams comes up big on the return. An tackle by number 5, Devin Wright. Devin, younger brother of Dante Wright, who's going to be a junior at Colorado State this fall.
First team all, whatever conference that is. Sorry, Mountain
West.
Mountain West, sorry.
And we got another young man out there that may get some playing time, freshman Grady Kelly.
Yep.
And his older brother Liam has a commercial coming out with Brett Favre on the safety of not playing regular contact football until the age of 14. He plays a younger Brett Favre in the commercial.
Really?
Yes. It's coming out here pretty soon. It's put on by the NFL. West Florida with the ball. Nice adjustment by the receiver, but it falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think the wind's not affecting kicks, but I think it may be affecting throws too. Of course, the damp field, hard for a quarterback to get set on the throw.
Once again, we want to thank our advertisers, Culver's, Ursula Householder, University Lending Group, Integrative Chiropractic Solutions, Express Professional Employment, and Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. Thank you all, because we would not be up here without you. 2nd and 10 for the Jaguars. That's a quick out pattern. He steps out a yard short of the first down, bring up 3rd and 1.
So you're not going to get mad if at the end of a show, I order a Culver's, it's not a shake. It's
that's going to be tough.
A custard.
That's going to be tough doing that. So I pretty much get a meal after I do the show.
Yeah.
The no custard for me. I love their custard too.
Oh man. And
especially their concrete mixers. 3rd and 1. They call 3rd and a short 2. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. He's going to have enough for a first down. Move the chains out to the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 Jaguars.
And that family just supports the community. Schools, churches, Navarre Raiders, name it.
3 locations now.
Yes.
Navarre, Destin, and now Fort Walton Beach.
Yep.
On the corner of Green Acres and Martin Luther King. I believe that's over in that area.
Yep, and always a line at drive-through and inside.
1st and 10 for the Jaguars from their own 26. A quick out the receiver. He puts it on the turf. Incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete.
Might have heard footsteps there.
So we'll figure out our video issues, and we'll have it up and going for next Friday's regular season opener against Fort Walton Beach. 7-7 here in the second half, 6:45 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Been an entertaining night thus far, Bob.
Yeah, it has. You've seen a lot of players play on both sides of the football. And I think Coach Wall's going to like what he sees.
Quick hitter, the receiver out here on the near side. He's going to get it 13 out for a Jaguar first down out to the 40.
Colin Betty leads the Jaguars a first down.
They're hurrying up the pace of the offense. And I don't think their offensive line was set.
Snap may have been on 1.
Against the Jaguars.
So that's going to move them back 5. They try to hurry up the offense there a little bit, but it worked to their disadvantage. They'll bring up 1st and 15. Well, wherever you're at tonight, listening to tonight's game, we appreciate your patronage. I want to Melanie McBay checking in tonight. We already mentioned earlier that the passing of Herbie, the father of Coach Greenhaw, Greg Greenhaw, passed away a few weeks ago. My good friend Tim Keene checking in. Every year Tim tries to get me to say, he's a big Alabama fan, he tries to get me to say that, and I don't say it. I refuse to say it. As a Notre Dame fan, those are bad words. But we do hold a 5-3 edge in the series against Alabama. It's going to bring up 2nd and 17. West Florida back to pass. And he threw that one in the grass, and it was probably a good thing because the linebacker had cut in front there and might have had an interception if he threw that ball on target.
Yep. Forced it. Good rush, good penetration by Navarre front 4.
Good coverage there in the secondary. That was number 40. I believe that was Jaden Moon. son of John Moon, his older brother Jordan, state weightlifting champion last year for Navarre.
That's right. Navarre playing zone here.
3rd and 17 for the Jaguars. 7-7's your score. They're going to force quarterback, and it's going to be a big sack. And that is going to be Moso with the sack.
Wow.
You cannot stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Oh, that was actually Lemmy Wilson breaking the line. Lemmy Wilson with the sack. That's going to bring up 4th and a long ways.
Country mile?
Yeah, just a shade in, maybe half a country mile. With that wind, kind of a crosswind, see how far and that affects that punt as well. The way to come up and catch it is Terrence Marshall. And the Raiders going to have great field position at the West Florida 40. Actually, they're going to spot it at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 Raiders.
Yep, 4th quarter here. Tied up at 7. Navarre has the ball inside the territory of the Jaguars. I thought about you last Saturday. I watched one of my
last Saturday. You don't think about me at all, other than that. Last Saturday,
especially Saturday.
Okay.
I watched a classic movie, one of my all-time favorites, Rudy.
Oh man, Rudy. It's going to be a quick error from Feister. Jaden Reese, but he gets popped before he can haul it in. Incomplete. So Feaster getting a little bit of reps here in the second half as well. 6 of 12 for 110 yards and a touchdown on the night. Throws a good ball. That one was just a little bit high. Bring up 2nd and 10 at the West Florida 48. 4:31 on the clock. We're tied at 7.5. It's going to be Feaster on to keeper, and he is met right at the midfield stripe. It says, young man, have a seat. Loss of 2.
Short loss on the play brings up 3rd down and 12.
Ball spotted right on the 50. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Raiders, 3rd and 12. Twin split to the top of the screen, single to the bottom. 3rd and 12 for the Raiders with 3:52 and counting here in the 4th. Feaster's going to roll out to his left. He's going to throw back to Davion Hardy. Hardy's got some good yardage inside the 50, down to the 42.
To number 81, Davion Hardy.
It's going to be a gain of, let's give him 7. So it's going to bring up 4th. Give him 8. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Raiders offense stays on the field.
And it's going to bring up 4th and a long 4. Let's call it 4th and 5.
Navarre calls timeout.
See what Coach Jay Walls has in his bag of tricks. I think that's Navarre's 2nd timeout that they've used. 3:13 to go in the 4th quarter. We're winding down here in the preseason portion of the schedule. Navarre hosting West Florida tonight. You catch the audio version of Irish Bill and Seminole Bob. Hopefully next week you'll catch the video version. And we keep it on the game so you don't have to see us.
Probably a good thing.
Most definitely.
And perhaps local TV may be covering the game.
Fort Walton Beach.
Yeah.
Interesting. Fort Walton Beach made it to the playoffs last year. They had to travel over to Jacksonville. Got beat by Robert E. Lee. Can I say that still? It's Robert E. Lee High School.
Yes.
Okay.
Still a high school.
It's still a high school. 4th and a long 4 for the Raiders. Feaster's going to roll out to his left. He's got a receiver wide open inside the 5, all the way down to the 1.
Down the sideline.
Great call.
Terrence Marshall.
Reverse rollout, which you would not expect. That's hard for a right-handed quarterback to get set when he's going left.
And that's a gain of 37. It's first and goal, Raiders at the 1. The young sophomore is having himself quite a night, Bob.
Yep, sure is.
And off up the middle, close to the goal line. It's going to bring up second down and goal.
No gain for DeCourt. So I have Hunter Feister, 8 of 14, 155 yards and a score. And that's going to be DeCourt up the middle for a Raider touchdown. A 1-yard plunge into the end zone.
Touchdown.
And the Raiders go on top 13-7.
Touchdown, Raiders.
At the 2:21 mark of the fourth quarter. DeCourt in from 1 yard out. Chambers will hold. Gardner with the kick coming up. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is through, and it's good. 14-7 Navarre. 2:21 on the clock.
Your Raiders 14, Jaguars 7.
Raiders with all the scoring here in the fourth quarter. So the overall combined score, let's see, is at 26 in the first half, so 40-14 overall, 14-7 in the varsity action in the second half. So the Raiders started out a little bit slow, but they got the passing game going, Bob, here in the second half.
Yeah, and you know, West Florida, very talented. Their varsity did a great job.
And we saw the speed of Terrence Marshall there. Get behind the cornerback on the rollout to the left. And a beautiful pass to Marshall sets up the short plunge by DeCourt.
Yeah, the linebackers were thinking quarterback run all the way, and that helped Marshall get behind the defender.
Which he could have got the first down if he kept it.
Yes.
But I think he would rather let the receiver take the hit.
And he did.
Raiders to kick off from the 40, getting ready to put toe on leather. 2:21 on the clock, 14-7 Navarre here in the second half. That ball is going to go out inside the 5. Out at the 2, so that means they got a choice. They either get it from the 35 or they make the Raiders kick over again. And it looks like they're going to take the ball from the 35.
Yep. So West Florida gets to practice their hurry up here. Navarre gets to practice on defense how to adjust to a hurry up. It's hard to replicate sometimes in practice.
And would you not be surprised if West Florida does take the ball down the field and score, that they go for 2?
Could be.
Neither team has attempted a 2-point conversion tonight, so we might see that as well. First and 10 Jags from their own 35, 2:21 on the clock. It's going to be a handoff, and it's a nice break by the back into the secondary across Raider territory, into Raider territory, down to the 45. A nice gain of 20 on the carry.
Good blocking by the wide receivers.
First and 10 Jags at the Raider 45.
Sorry.
No worries.
To spring that run.
Another handoff off left tackle, gets to the outside and into the secondary. He might take it to the house, and he does. 2 plays, 65 yards, but they left plenty on the clock.
Jones for the Jaguars.
Jones on the carry for West Florida. They quickly get on the board. 2 plays, 65 yards. Jones with all 65 yards on the drive.
Lots of speed. Again, it was really the same play as the first one.
A drive that only took 27 seconds. And West Florida looking to tie it up here with the extra point coming. .154 on the clock.
Kick is up. And it's good.
Kick good.
Jaguars strike right back, making it 14-14.
We're back tied at 14.
I don't know if we'll have overtime. I'm guessing no.
I would probably think not for preseason. But then again, I've been proven wrong before.
By who? The producer? Robbie?
Robbie. You name it. It's a long list. West Florida, could we see an onside kick coming up, maybe?
Or pooch kick. Their pooch kick almost worked last time.
Well, we may have had some answers questioned on, I think Coach Walls has a decision to make at quarterback going into game one.
So it's a nice problem to have.
It sure is.
Injuries, C word. I mean, who knows?
Terrence Marshall back deep for the Raiders. The at-backs, Christian Caballero and Sebastian Melendez. West Florida to kick off from their own 40, getting ready to put toe on leather. A pooch kick. It's going to go out of bounds. The Raiders will get the ball at the 35. That's if Coach Walls chooses to take it at the 35.
Oh, most definitely. You don't want to get them to re-kick.
He's putting them back out there.
Really?
Moving them back 5 yards. Maybe they want to see if Terrence Marshall can break one.
Could be. This weekend, I hope to be on the pitch, refereeing soccer over in Foley,
Alabama.
Yep.
You're gonna make a trip over to one of the favorite places to eat. You know it's over there, home of the throwing rolls.
Yeah, I'd probably miss it.
It's free advertisement.
Well, it's okay. You can't have the bread anyway.
Lambert's.
Thanks,
Robbie.
14-14.
That's a high. It's going to be taken at the 30. And a nice return out over the 40, so they gain 8 yards on the possession. Marshall with a nice return of about 20 yards. 15 to 20 yards for Terrence Marshall. You're going to hear that name for the next 3 years. Only a sophomore.
Wow.
Him and his brother, Tyrell.
Okay.
1st and 10, Raiders.
Kyle Chambers back in at the Raiders quarterback position. Twins to the near side, twins to the top of the screen. 1st and 10, Navarre from their own 43 with 1:45 on the clock here in the fourth. It's 14-14 here in the second half. Chambers back to pass.
Pass broken up by number 8, the Jaguars.
Chambers is incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10. Just over a minute and 40 seconds left to play.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders from their 43. Chambers across the middle. Still on his feet, and he's going to take it to the house. Derek Percival with the touchdown reception.
Wow.
And the Raiders are on the board.
Great balance. He was hit, put his hand down, maintained balance. That was a long pitch and catch there.
Number 22.
57 yards.
Percival.
You took 27 seconds to score. We took 28.
You fast on that math now.
Thank you. I try.
By a slide rule.
An abacus.
Yes. Extra point here.
Kick is up.
Kick is up.
And it's good. Navarre 21. West Florida 14.
21.
Percival with,
14.
Percival with the touchdown reception from Chambers. He had 2 catches in the first half. He's got 3 catches for 124 yards.
Pretty good evening. Pretty good evening. Well, you know, the Jaguars only took 2 plays to score. Navarre has a dilemma.
He took a big hit there, too. And
he did.
I didn't see how he could stay on his feet, but he did. And he had a receiver out there blocking for him as well. Mm-hmm. And he tiptoed down the sideline through the tulips and into the end zone. I know I just blew that one. Tiny Tim. Tiptoe through the tulips. You're getting nothing out of me after that.
You're right there.
Gardner with the kick. End over end kick. It's going to rest at the 6. It is returnable. And it's going to be good coverage by the Raiders special teams out to the 21. So only a 15-yard return. 1:18 on the clock. Navarre up 21-14. Sebastian Melendez with the tackle on special teams.
First and 10 for the Jaguars at the 20-yard line.
It's like Navarre goes back to zone.
It's been an interesting end of the fourth quarter here, Bob. 3 touchdowns in the last
54 seconds.
Minute 3.
Oh, okay. Playing cover 2 zone.
First and 10 for the Jags from the 20. 1:18 on the clock. I think they still have their full allotment of timeouts. Back to pass. Feeling pressure. He's got a receiver downfield. Wide open at the 40. But he's going to be brought down. But he fumbles. The Raiders are going to recover.
Wow.
A big play.
22.
Percival with the big play on defense.
Was it the hit and the
hit and the recovery?
Great hustle.
The forced fumble and the recovery. So he gets the trifecta. Touchdown, forced fumble, fumble recovery.
Player of the game, Bill?
In hockey, we would call that a hat trick.
Hat trick.
Wow, what a great defensive. You show his speed.
He did. Oh, he didn't give up on the play. I mean,
he must have played soccer before he switched to football, because he's got some speed on him. 1:05 on the clock, and the Raiders take over on the forced fumble, and the Raiders recover on their own 20.
Personnel issues, delay of game, call against Navarre. Just a couple snaps, victory formation. You know, it's just one of these things. You don't want to get up too high from a win in a jamboree or a kickoff classic, but you don't want to get too low either. It is what it is, what you see. And, Coach Walls and staff will be looking a lot at individual performers, see how they did, how they, didn't do, what they need to work on for next week.
So your big Bubba, see if I can get them in their numbers real quick. 69, Dominic Cunningham. 79, Caleb Akers. We'll try to get the rest of the big bubbas before we get out of here. 1:05 on the clock. Navarre up 21-14. The court's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. You also have number, let's see who else we got out there. 68 would be Lee Joyner. Got to get the big Bubba's names in there. Number 77 is Charlie Cottrell. And I'm missing one there. And 71 is Ethan Newman. There's your big Bubbas.
Wonder if the Joyner young man is related to teachers that teach at Navarre High School, the Joyners.
Not
I know
sure.
Laura's Joyner dad, science teacher. I believe that's what he teaches. You know, for a lot of the fans, especially teenagers, in the COVID era, pent up, quarantine, as well as moms and dads. Good to be out on a Friday night.
Most definitely. We're glad that you stayed home and listened to us. Hopefully would have wished you'd been watching, but at least we get the audio broadcast out to you folks, and it's going to be a handoff off left tackle over the 25 and out to the
off the left side.
Good job staying in bounds.
I think that was Sebastian Melendez, maybe number 31.
Gain of about 9 on the play by Melendez.
Yep, gain of 9, and that
brings up third down and 3.
So they're going to give him 8 yards on the carry. Sebastian's longest carry of the night. Clock down to 48.3. Navarre 21-14 here in the second half. Navarre took the first half 26-7. And a big pass play from Chambers to Percival from 57 yards out. And then a great defensive presence by Percival as well as he forces a fumble and recovers it. It's going to be a handoff to Melendez. There's a flag down on the far side.
Legal procedure is the call. I still think Navarre runs here. They don't want to take a chance at a pass, which would stop the clock. And Navarre most definitely would, punt the ball, try to kill as much time as possible. Maybe a jet sweep here or something, trying to chew up time.
Phil Williams checking in. Thanks, Phil, for checking in. Our good friend Phil Billy. 46.9 on the clock. Third down and 7 for the Raiders as Hardy goes in motion from right to left. It's going to be a handoff to Melendez.
Oh.
He takes a big pop, but gets right back up after a gain of 2. And the clock stops at 41.8 as West Florida takes their last timeout.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. That was their last timeout. Navarre will punt the ball here. Flag's very limp right now. So
the winds have died down. Percival back to punt. So wide receiver, corner, now punter. He probably drives the team bus on road games as well. This kind of reminds me of one guy, Dante Wright, didn't?
Yeah, Dante
did a little bit of everything, and he's doing a little bit of everything for Colorado State.
Dante kicked the ball too, I believe.
It's fair catch, and that's going to give West Florida 36 ticks on the clock. Once again, we want to thank all of you for logging on to IrishBillSports.com or catching us on YouTube.
21, Jaguars
And
14.
looks like our live chat has been going pretty strong most of the night. Still got a little bit of room to go there on that front side. I want to thank Metabolic Research Center for the program that I entered that are helping me lose the weight. without their help. They gave me the direction. They just gave me a path to take. And I appreciate them over at Metabolic Research Center in Shalimar.
There you go.
It's going to be a quick hitter. Looks like they want to do a quick hook and ladder, but Devin Wright says no. The Raiders are still fighting. Mozo in there as well, along with Deuce Ned and Hunter Crowder.
Well, we thought that they had gotten rid of all their timeouts, but apparently not, because they just called another one.
And have rescue truck 45 here. Hopefully that's just for precaution. Hopefully nobody's hurt.
They had a fan down on the track, young lady.
Okay. So 21-14 Navarre with 26 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. The first half went to Navarre 26-7. The second half, it's been a very good contest here in the second half. Big plays, a couple by each team. Still getting back to my broadcast voice. It's different from a radio voice. See, with radio, you got to create the energy. With football, the players, you just describing the play on the field, they create the energy. A Hail Mary is going to be
caught.
Intercepted.
I think he caught it.
Intercepted or caught?
Caught with 16.9
Dual possession.
Goes to the
offense. Usually goes to the offense.
Coaching staff of the Jaguars hurrying up their team to the line. And Navarre's complaining they need to focus on because it's
dual possession goes to the offense. That was smart by the wide receiver to go put a hand on the ball.
Right, exactly. Threw it into double coverage.
And Navarre takes a timeout. I believe their last timeout of the game.
Yes, they did. I know that the quarterback spiked the ball. We've had a game worth of activity in the last 12 minutes. Back and forth.
A lot of big pass play there. All the way down to the 15-yard line.
And I don't think the Jaguars have to throw here, Bill. Their running game, lots of speed in the background.
Could be the last play of the game if they don't throw.
Good point.
And they're going to sack. The ball is loose. It's going to be a loss all the way back to the 30-yard line, but there was about 4 or 5 Raiders back there on the quarterback. He had no chance.
And I think I don't know why they stopped the clock.
One play. And that's the ball game, folks.
That's the ball game.
What a bizarre fourth quarter.
Well, we're going to go through our commercials one more time, and we'll be back for parting words. Navarre takes both halves, 26-7 in the first, 21-14 in the second. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
We were without power for 5 days.
Craig Culver of Culver's. Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now.
The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642-5711 or email ursula.householder@cbrealty.com or go to urhouseholderhomes.com. That's urhouseholderhomes.com. Go Raiders!
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
If you want to move better, feel better, and live better pain-free, Dr. Paul Britt at Integrative Chiropractic Solutions is the only certified sports chiropractor for Gulf Breeze and Navarre. He can address your sports injuries quickly and effectively, and after only 4 visits on average with a 96% resolution rate. So give Integrative Chiropractic Solutions a call today at 850-916-9304 or book online at drpaulbritt.com. That's 850-916-9304 or online at drpaulbritt.com. They want to fix you swiftly to get you back in the game.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people. Real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raiders Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it that they're properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can watch and hear all exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
Well, a rather entertaining Friday night, which we haven't had in a while since football stopped last fall. And the Raiders come out, win the first half 26-7. We saw some good things on both sides of the ball all night long. Saw the emergence of one, number 11, Hunter Feister. What a night he had. Mm-hmm. And Kyle Chambers with a big clutch touchdown pass to Derek Percival for the game winner. That's a difference there in the fourth quarter, 21-14 in the second half. Navarre comes out on
once
top.
Again, Coach just reloads. New faces, new places. And you know what's amazing? I continue to beat this horse dead. You know, no middle school sports in Santa Rosa County. And so the local Rec NYSA does a good job.
Oh, they do a great job preparing
ready.
our young men and women for all of our sports.
Yep. But I feel pretty positive. Coach Walls is talking to Brian Lester from the Navarre Press right now, and you can go to Navarre Press. Brian may post it also on Facebook. The full interview with Coach Walls and his feelings about the game. So, but, you know, like you said, very entertaining. Coaches have a lot to chew on, a lot of good things. Tonight just went kind of Navarre's way, even in a kickoff classic. You know, started with the extra point that ricocheted off and went through to the pass play, you know, the touchdown.
It kind of reminded me of the field goal that Edgewater made last year in the playoffs to knock out Niceville. It hit the crossbar and went over.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of that. But a great, fun night. West Florida brought a lot of fans from Pensacola.
Did. Yep.
I think everybody's just anxious to watch some football again. And I mean, another great turnout here by the Navarre faithful down below. As we're up on the roof once again, Mother Nature came.
It was the shirt,
It
brother.
was the Hawaiian shirt. Got it done.
Got the Hawaiian shirt.
But we're not going to go very deep into the post-game show.
No.
So we just wanted to get out here preseason. Normally we don't do preseason games, but I think we all needed a preseason game to get ready for the regular season.
Yeah, absolutely. The players needed it. Coaches needed it. Certainly the fans, the band. Man, outstanding. Outstanding. One of my wife's Girl Scout, Julia Stevens, is the band master, the drum major.
Drum major. She
doesn't play the drum, but she is one of the drum majors this year for Navarre. Julia's she did online learning last year, as a lot of kids did. Got to brag on Julia. She finished her history class at Christmas. So
that usually takes the full year.
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. Good night. You know, people were socially distanced except the children, the teenagers. Even the band was socially distanced. But again, tonight, win for Navarre. And Mr. Percival has put his name
as a player to be on the watch list in the Panhandle.
Oh, absolutely. What hustle, you know, the play to, you know, force the fumble. If he had not hustled down the field, may have been a touchdown. We may have had a different ball game. So good night for the Raiders. And Derek Percival certainly would be my player of the game. And he played both sides of the ball and special teams, I think.
Well, let's give him our Ian Lockwood player of the game that we give it out. We just surpassed 10 days a few days ago, and I reposted my story on Ian. Something I do every year when we get within 10 days and to kickoff. And hopefully that you've all enjoyed the kickoff, the days to kickoff. It's something I love doing. And it keeps the memories, and I know the Navarre alum that are out there enjoy it, and it brings back a lot of memories to them as we count down to kickoff next Friday night. We'll be right at home here against Fort Walton Beach, and I say our offensive player of the game goes to Mr. Hunter Feister. What a night he had. Defense could be a host of Raiders.
99.
Lemmy Wilson had a big sack there.
Huge game.
Huge game. Devin Wright is going to be strong, leading that defensive core back there, and
they just flat.
Overall, good night.
It was,
and that's going to lead into us to say good night as well. This is Irish Bill. Hopefully, the wind will ever stay at your back until next Friday night. Actually, Wednesday night we'll be at Culver's.
We'll be at Culver's
for Irish Bill's Twist on Sports. Next Friday night, we'll be back up here on the roof, weather permitting. Mother Nature, thank you. And until next Friday night, may the wind ever be at your back. This is Irish Bill signing off.
Good night, and God bless.
And drive safe.